Hi, I'm Amanda Jane and welcome to the Communicate with Confidence podcast. My aim is to take the fear out of communicating and make it easy and fun. On this podcast, I'm going to be talking about everything to do with good communication, how we can connect with our audience, get better at speaking and giving presentations, increase visibility, and ultimately get more sales. I'll also be talking to some incredible people about their business, and I'll be getting their insights on how they view communication and how comfortable they are showing up in person and on social media. So let's get started. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. It's just me by myself today, going solo, and it is very strange to be sat here talking by myself. But I wanted to do a solo episode about never being afraid to go live on social media again. I've been talking about that a lot recently, and I just thought I would do a podcast about it. So it's not just about going live, it's about making appearances on podcasts, or if you get an opportunity to go on the radio, or you get an opportunity to pitch yourself or recorded introductions for social media, anything like that. I have a 3-step formula which is really, really useful, and I thought it would help you, so I will do this quick podcast. I also have a 34-point super easy visibility plan that I use with my clients. And for the really, really brave clients, I have a 51-point visibility plan. So that's really good fun if you ever get a chance to do that one with me. So why would you go live in the first place, or put yourself on the radio, or do a podcast? When we have a business, we need to get attention and we need to stand out. So really, the attention that you receive is our currency. There's so many people out there and we need to do whatever we have to stand out. There's so much competition. So you already know that anyway if you're in business. And it's just such a good way to connect with your ideal customers, either in real time or if it's pre-recorded, because they want to get to know you, they want to get to know your personality, and they want to get to see what it is that you have to offer. And if you're live streaming directly, you can answer questions there and then, and you're building a sense of community because people like to feel like they belong. And think about the groups that you're in and that you join. You want to be involved with people that have the same interests as you, that care about the same things that you do. And it's just a natural thing that we as humans do. It's a great way for showing off your products and your services, and also behind the scenes as well. Our clients love to know what we get up to when we're not all glossy on social media, and they like to know about our families and what our interests are and the other things that we're passionate about as well. And as somebody that follows a lot of people on social media, I love to know what people I like get up to behind the scenes. It's just something interesting about them, and I also want to know what they care about and if their values match mine as well. And you get to know them in a more personal and authentic way, and I quite like that, and I think that's another human thing that we have. And also, social media platforms often highlight our live videos, and it comes up straight away if you ever see it on Instagram, and your clients can see that straight away as well. And that makes you more visible in people's feeds, and it gets more eyes on you and on your content, gets you more engagement and potentially more sales, which is what we're all about. So building up that know, like, trust factor that we all work to, and people buy from people. I'm always saying this, and they want to get to know you as a person. So how to do lives or podcasts or a radio interview with confidence with my exact formula. So for the purposes of this, I'm just going to refer to them as lives, but you can use this formula for any appearance that you have to do. So if you're nervous about doing any of those things, this guide will help you, because it'll give you a script that you can use for any of these appearances, and stick to the formula. It will work for you every single time. So start really small, keep it short so you can build up your confidence over time without getting overwhelmed. And it's when we get overwhelmed that we stop and we think, I can't do this anymore. But if you just keep it small, take baby steps, you will be able to do it. Because even the people that are experts at the moment, they had to start somewhere, and I can promise you they were not born knowing how to do these things. So baby steps is the key here. So all your lives or all your appearances should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, it is not rocket science, but that is a structure. So bear with me, a beginning, a middle, and an end. So remember the rule of 3. That's what applies here. The rule of 3 for most things, actually. So There's your first three: beginning, middle, and end. So your middle part should only have 3 key messages. So whatever you're doing, whatever opportunity you get, just try to weave in 3 messages. And I have listened to hundreds of podcasts, hundreds of radio interviews, TV interviews, and people waffle on about how great they are at this and how great they are at that. And I think to myself, well, what is it you want me to do? What do you want me to buy from you? What are you trying to say? Because they get lost in their own story. But if you stick to the 3 key messages, you want people to walk away thinking, right, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to go to that website. So remember the rule of 3. So the next thing that I'm going to do is help you plan your beginning and ending first, and then we'll do the middle. So your beginning will be roughly the same thing every time. So it will be your introduction, then your message, which is your key business message, what you do, and then your ideal client. Because the minute you go live or the minute you're on the radio, you want to capture your ideal client's attention. You want them to tune in because they want to think, oh, she's talking to me. So my beginning would be something like this. Hi everyone, it's Amanda here from Amanda Jane Coaching. That's my introduction. I make speaking and presenting easy and fun by taking the fear out of communicating. That's my main business message. And I work mainly with business owners who want to get better at speaking to increase their visibility and, of course, their sales. So that's my ideal client. So in a few short sentences there, I've narrowed down who I am, what I actually do, and who my live is aimed at. So in that, just those few couple of seconds, I just wanted to get the attention of my ideal client so they would carry on listening. Anyone else won't tune in, won't keep listening. Now, on to the ending. So that is going to vary depending on what your call to action is. So your ending is going to be something like, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Don't forget to click or download or email or visit or order, whatever it is, the purpose of your live. So my ending would be something like this. Thank you so much for watching today. It's been so exciting to be able to bring you this sneaky peek. Don't forget to visit amandajane.co.uk/rapid to book your slot for my 90-minute rapid coaching session. I've only got a few available and they really do sell like hotcakes. Get more visible online and make more sales in just 90 minutes. So, in a few short sentences there, I've thanked them for getting involved and let them know about my limited offer. So it's really important not to waffle on there as well. Just keep it short and brief. Tell them what you want to do and where they need to go, and that's it. Just keep it brief. So the middle, that's where it's going to vary the most, and that's where you're going to say why you're doing the live in the first place. So you can put whatever you need in there, but again, keep it brief and remember your 3 key messages. So you could say something along the lines of, I've got some exciting news, I'm launching a new product or service, I've got an exciting update, or it's a regular weekly slot, which is a good thing to set up for your business. Here's a sneaky peek. Here's a look behind the scenes. Something's got on your nerves, but keep it relevant. Don't waffle on. Or you want to do a Q&A session. People really like those as well. So it's important that you stick to just 3 key messages here. Talk for as long as you're comfortable, but just stick to the 3 key messages so you don't lose your audience. So my middle would be something like this. And I've got 3 key messages. So message number 1, I'm using a launch for an example. I've got some exciting news and I'm launching a new 90-minute rapid coaching session that could change your life. You're getting the first glimpse of it before its official launch. I've been working on it for a few months now and it's finally ready. Message number 2, what is it? Would you like to get better at speaking and giving presentations? Do you need to increase your visibility? Would you like to make more sales? Picture yourself owning the room, speaking with clarity and commanding attention like never before. So, message number 3, how it will help my audience. When you change the way you communicate, you change everything. With my proven framework, you'll transform from a nervous wreck to a confident communicator, one step at a time. Say goodbye to fear and hello to endless opportunities, more visibility and more sales. So that's my 3 key messages. So don't waste your precious time talking about yourself. People really only care about the transformation that you can offer them. What can you do for them? How can they change their lives? What problem can you fix? So, putting my formula all together, this is what it looks like. Your beginning is your introduction, your business message, and your ideal client. Your middle is your 3 key messages, and your ending is thank you for watching or listening, and your call to action. So some key points to remember. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. People spend so much time editing, re-editing if they're doing a prepared piece. It doesn't have to be perfect. People quite like the quirks that are you, and they just want to know you as a personality. Don't fall into that trap of I can't go live or I can't go on a podcast because of XYZ. This isn't perfect, because you'll never do it. You'll talk yourself out of it every single time. The best thing is just dive in and do it. When I first started this podcast, I hadn't got a clue what I was doing. I didn't know about the tech, but I just did it anyway. And honestly, I learned pretty quickly, and it really wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I actually would. And it's not a beauty contest. You're here to sell, and that's your job. If you're in business, you need to sell. So forget about the beauty contest. You don't always have to sell something as well. You can just show up and say hi, because people will get bored if you're selling something over and over again. You can just talk about what you've been up to, where you've been, a little bit behind the scenes, some events that you've been to. Again, remember, it's your personality that they're buying into. They want to know a little bit more about you. If you're recording a piece, a prepared piece, try not to edit. It's much easier to refilm, and it's quicker. Honestly, you can spend hours and hours and hours editing, and you will get lost in that vortex. Refilm, and remember, you don't have to be perfect. Practice, practice, practice. You can record yourself sitting by yourself just to get better at speaking, but practice a little bit. It will help. And if you've got someone that you can work with, a little business friend or whatever, practice together. But the more you do it, you will get better at it over time. And you will feel uncomfortable initially because it's not something that you're used to doing. But the discomfort will ease, as you will know from doing most things you've tried up until this point. But also remember, your competition is out there doing it, and they're out selling loads. But the more you do, the easier it will get. But remember, your competition's out there, and it's worth doing some research actually to see what your competition is doing, because you need to be either matching them or being better than them. And another thing, no one is watching you as closely as you think they are. And you might be scrutinising something on your face or something that you don't like, but honestly, people aren't looking at you that closely. And if you're worried about being judged, think about this. What if someone is judging you positively? What if someone is thinking, I wish I could do that? Or, wow, that's really brave. Because not everyone is judging you negatively. And you might get negative comments, but they're not going to be from anyone that's doing better than you. It's always someone that is nowhere near as successful as you. And you've just got to deal with that and move on. Delete and block. That's my advice. And jealousy really is an ugly thing. And you're only going to get horrible comments from people that aren't as brave as you, putting yourself out there. So don't even give it a second thought and just get on with it. And it takes a lot to put yourself out there. But if you want to grow a business, that is precisely what you're going to have to do. So if you do it, tag me. I'm on Instagram at Coach Amanda Jane, and I will jump on, I will watch you and support you. And I honestly think that if you follow this formula, you will do it. I know you will do it, because I have seen people and I have worked with people who would rather have never gone on camera in a million years. And I've seen them go from no way to just putting up their phone and getting on with it. So I know it can be done with this formula, absolutely. So where to go next? You can visit my website, amandajane.co.uk, or you can join the Communicate with Confidence Facebook community, and you can follow me on Instagram at Coach Amanda Jane. And there are quite a few ways to work with me. I have a 90-minute rapid coaching session or a 6-week sprint. Details are on my website. I'm also just about to launch a monthly membership, which I'm hugely excited about, and I've been trying to get this off the ground for 18 months, and that is called the Visibility and Sales Growth Hub. So if you want some more information about that, visit my website, amandajane.co.uk. I also have an online self-study course, Captivate Your Audience and Communicate Like a Pro. And I'm also about to launch Mastermind, which I am super excited about as well. So I hope you find this short podcast useful. I am just passionate about helping people show up, be visible, but on a level that's comfortable for them. And not everyone wants to or can show up and show their face. There's ways to be visible without showing your face. And that's another reason why I wanted to do this podcast, to demonstrate that it isn't all about showing up and being glamorous. So at the moment I'm working on compiling a few different programs for the level of comfort that people are happy with. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next podcast.